Hello again out there in Model Railroad land. Captain Mikey again with a stupendous video on how to ballast without wet water and without 3-in-1 glue, without all the muss, fuss, and bother, as they used to say. So what I have here is a condiment container. You may be able to see there's a small amount of ballast in there. This ballast looks like this stuff here. It's mixed 2 parts ballast and 1 part dry powder glue. I will show you the glue that you need to use once I get done showing you this brief demonstration of how well this thing works and how well the whole process works. I'm just going to do a short section here, but if you'll notice, when you put the dispenser down and rattle it along the ties, or sleepers if you're in Britain, and it comes out. All right. Now, I use a couple of different methods. I always work from left to right for some reason, and I want to take the ballast and get it obviously between the ties and away from the rails, of course. And for that purpose, I have developed this technique with a soft bristle brush, and works pretty good for me. Now, I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to ballast on ties. I think the real world has got its share, so it tends to suit me. And coming down the outside, this just pours out very, very nicely. If you need to tap it, obviously, you can. And I don't know why somebody didn't think of this before, but a gentleman in Missouri thought about this, put up the video, and I was intrigued, but I couldn't find the glue. I called his place of business, and they put me onto it, and I will tell you the address where you can buy it, because it's the it's the actual product that makes this process work. And this is, of course, over the Woodland Scenics foam roll bit. That's all I use, and you see how easily that comes out. And we'll do this side just because we're going to have to anyway. And I have experimented with I don't know how many feet of rail, and this is what I've come up with. The problem with the rest of my layout is that the track was set up an additional 3/16 inch off of the board because of my keen interest in realism. And I noticed that all the railroad tracks I come across are 4 to 6 feet in height, ballast and all that. And so I just decided to go ahead and put some foam board, 3/16 foam board underneath the Woodland Scenics foam. And this is how it turned out. But this is just plain Woodland Scenics. There's no extra distance in there. So be that as it may, you can always go back and touch it up later. But the hardest part for me is this mess here. Getting it off of the ties outside without flushing it all down the side of the track there. So this soft bristle brush seems to work better. I know a lot of people prefer a stiff bristle brush, but it's a matter of preference. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just not what I use. And I would submit that the people that use the hard bristle brush, stiff bristle brush, would say that this is not the right way to do it. And that's okay. It's not their railroad. Theirs is not mine. So, and I know we all strive for just the absolute picture perfect world, but that's actually not going to work. I want to direct your attention to this rail here. These 2 rails here, they're the ones that have the double height, and hopefully you can tell the difference in those. I apologize, my camera quit on me, and when I made the last step, I did not get a video of it. So what you need is a mister, which is something similar to this I got from my eye doctor. It is a mister, not like an atomizer. I tried a Woodland Scenics spray bottle. It just put too much water on at the same time. The stuff just washed down. So get something like this. It's a mister. They're probably free if you have an eye doctor. And then you want to, once this stuff is still dry, you want to go along and mist it. Start real light, real far away, come back like so, get the whole thing, and then go back and touch it up again. Keep spritzing it until it is a kind of a dark color, and then you'll have it set up. It'll take like 12, 14 hours, and then go back, and then you can see the problem here. I've got a couple areas that I need to touch up. That's no big deal. I'm going to do that with wet water and 3-in-1 glue, or maybe wet water and this powdered glue mixed with ballast. But it is really a slick system, and I wanted to tell you that my own worst enemy. I made my most of my track, instead of just 1/3/16 of an inch. You can see this part, which is not quite finished yet. I got to go back and do it. I hope you can see that it's like double the height where it catches this bridge here, and move it over. Hopefully you can see the difference there. And it takes more ballast, takes more time, but this dry method is definitely the way to go. For some reason my phone just shut off. Anyway, you take this, put it like so. It's easier to cut it in these small strips like this, and you got to get this water/alcohol glue or whatever it is combination off of the rails, because see how nice that works? Yeah, I can do this whole layout in 15 minutes, and I've got a lot of track. And you just keep getting yourself a new piece of t-shirt, and one of the guys says you don't really need anything but a dry rag, but I've run this with a dry rag about a week ago, and you can see the difference. And I want to get all that stuff off. See, I took a chunk out there. That is a problem with this system, because you've got to go over the rails, and if you got anything hanging off the side like this little piece here, you're going to be in trouble. Okay, that is it. You have your condiment shaker. You have your Woodland Scenics ballast. Now, what I've done here, you might notice, it is 3-to-1 fine gray ballast to a medium gray. That way the rocks out of the railroad, they're not all the same size anyway, and you have to, try at least. So I'm going to wipe this water up off of there, and I'll get back with you and finish this thing up. This is the place to buy the glue. It's plastic resin glue. DAP Weldwood is the brand name, and aircraftspruce.com is the place where you can buy it. They're very nice people. They only sell aircraft parts to people who are building their own airplanes. So I think I'm going to stick to model railroading.